at 10, a former St. Louis City Sheriff's deputy is facing criminal charges stemming from an incident at the Criminal Justice Center earlier this year. Kimberly Donahue is in the newsroom hearing from both parties and attorneys in this case. Kim?
Corey, this investigation has gone on for months. First Alert 4's been reporting on the developments within the investigation that ended with one jail official in handcuffs. James Short's attorney tells me he finds a lot of the evidence against him questionable and is ready to challenge it.
We deny all the accusations as charged.
Defense attorney TJ Mathis represents former St. Louis City Sheriff's Deputy James Short, who's charged with 2 counts of sexual conduct in the course of public duty, a Class E felony, the lowest in the state of Missouri.
They're alleging that in his capacity that he was working at the jail, that he had sexual contact with the alleged victim. And so there's no element of consent or force or anything like that. And that's because this crime, doesn't contain that element.
According to the probable cause statement, the charges stem from an apparent incident with an inmate that happened January 8th at the City Justice Center. In February, First Alert 4 reported the investigation into the alleged sexual contact caused a confrontation between Sheriff Alfred Montgomery and Deputy Jail Commissioner Tammy Ross, leading to Ross being placed in handcuffs. In response to the incident, Ross filed a lawsuit against Montgomery in March. Short is already facing a felony charge for a separate incident. Last April, he was charged with second-degree endangering the welfare of a child, accused of leaving his service weapon unattended. That gun ending up in the hands of his 2-year-old nephew, who accidentally shot himself. I asked Mathis if these alleged crimes against his client caused distrust with law enforcement. His response:
I think that's why this law was written, right? This is a law that, says specifically to people in positions like this that they're not allowed to have any sexual contact whatsoever with an inmate. I think the fact that lawmakers are creating statutes like this, I think that addresses that concern.
We reached out to St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore for a comment. He said in a statement, quote, "The defendant in this matter is alleged to have engaged in conduct that would constitute an abuse of authority and a violation of the public's trust. We will always seek to hold those who abuse positions of authority accountable to the fullest extent of the law." We also reached out to Reverend Darrell Gray of the Detention Facilities Oversight Board. He said he could not speak with us since the former deputy's been charged, but did say prior to charges being filed, he had requested their own investigation into the allegations. In the newsroom, Kimberly Donahue, First Alert 4.
All right, Kim, thank you.